Your voice, your opinion, your community. Fact TV, free speech, protected.
Hello, my name is Bourke. Welcome back. Sorry we can't do that. Think about what you want to say, just because it's copyrighted. So, but anything that it was a good Memorial Day. The parade was good. I watched a little bit of the parade for Memorial Day, and that was very good. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about like the history on my shows. First, I started with the show. Return. How can I say this? Return of the Bourke. Bourke. Return of the Bourke. Yeah. And that was like over 300 something viewers. Then I also did an episode where like I talked about my dream, which is hard to talk about, you know. Like one time, this is way back, last year, I talked about like the monkeys, the elephants, and all that, and the clouds. Like I'm flying in the clouds. I'm really not, but that was just my dream. It's like they say, a dream is a wish your heart makes. Kind of like that, yeah. It's small. Also, I had Mike Salty, Mike on my show, and he talked about like how the Special Olympics got started way back when. So that was pretty interesting, and I had Charles on my show, and he talked about CIA and what they do and what's about and anything. So yeah, that's that. It's like one time last summer. Oh, let me talk about the summer. Last summer, I talked about the wildfire in Canada, and also Hawaii, which is kind of, you know, that was like a history right there. When you talked about the wildfire in Hawaii and people trying to swim for sure, offshore, or something like that. And And yeah, even my friends will say, I don't know how you did it, but you did a good job on talking about it on your show. You know, it's like they say things like that is pretty hard to talk about, you know? And also, on top of it, I talked about like a movie kind of thing, like ET and Jumanji, and that got over 483 viewers for that. Yeah. You know, it's because when they filmed Jumanji back in November of 1995, and it was the middle of November they filmed it, and I got to meet this film director. I was just also the movie director, Joel Johnston. And I gotta put a big, huge thank you to him for filming that movie Jumanji in parts of Keene, New Hampshire. And I like it. I have the soundtrack to it, the movie, the game, and all that. It's like unbelievable to play it and watch it too. Last week I had a good show. I had my brother on my show. I want to thank him for coming on my show 3 times. Yeah. And also, I'm part of that. When I did my show, like when I did it way back, when we had Treasure TV, I did this show for nine years, but I came up with different names for the show. Okay, I came up with stand-up comedy, Wake Up Keene, New Hampshire, the Wine and Bourke show, Wine and Bourke, Kate do that on television, which is unique. And I had special guests on my show at the time. Like I had Bane, who does magic, and I had musical guests on the show. I had my friend Steve Hooper on my show, and I also had Dr. Dan Ralph on our show too. And they all did very good. And it's like when they say, it's like, I don't know how you do it, but you do it. And it takes a lot of practice just to do a show, and it's very hard work too. Well, it's like my friends say to me when I talk about the weather, which I'm going to talk about it in a minute or two, that I do a very good job on the show. But now I'm going to talk about the weather, and today it's going to be showers, kind of like all day. Well, showers like in the morning and cloudy in the afternoon, highs in the 60s. Tonight, it's going to be cloudy, highs in the 40s. Then tomorrow, which is Friday, it's going to be sunny, highs around 80 to 81, and winds from 10 to 15 miles per hour. And like today, kind of. And this weekend, it's going to be nice and sunny. Couldn't like tomorrow, it's going to be sunny, highs in the 80s. Like for tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be nice in the 80s here in the Monadnock region. Then next week, it's going to be sunny Monday and Tuesday. Then after that, back to rain and showers and all of that for next week, in the middle of the week. And that was your weather forecast for the Monadnock region. And yeah, that's that. And I just want to say to all my friends who's doing the Special Olympics this weekend, and I want to say good luck to them. Do the best you can and have fun. And all that. You know, like they say, like, let me say this quickly. Like one time, I was at the Colonial, because we talked about the Special Olympics skiing. And one time, I got up on stage, okay, I told like a Thanksgiving joke on stage. And there was like 400 people watching. And I told them a funny joke and they laughed. And my family said to me, do you ever give stage fright? And I said, no. not worry. But if I think back in my younger days, way back, I probably would. So yeah, that's that, and it's funny because it's like when people get on stage, some people can be stage fright, which is normal. It's like being on TV. Like some people get stage fright for being on TV, a camera shy being on TV. It's like one time I was watching my episodes, right? And I said, yeah, on TV, I'm about this tall. And my friends just laughed and say, unbelievable. And it's good. And also, coming up in a couple weeks, June 14th is Flag Day, which is June 14th, that day. And also, next month, towards the 21st, is the first day of summer. And that's the longest day of the season, is June 21st, because it gets stuck at 9 p.m. at night. Then after that goes, they get stuck earlier and earlier, which we don't like, but it is what it is. We can't control it. And but I love the summer, but some points of the summer can be very hot. Like I remember a couple years ago, I went to the Chester Fair, like 2 years ago, and it was like 97 degrees out. Oh boy. And that was like pretty hot that day. Then after I came back from that, the Chester Fair, I went swimming because it was so hot that day. And that's an elephant. Okay? I love to go swimming. My mom's got a swimming pool, like underground swimming pool, and so forth and so on. And I just love going swimming. It's fun. It's good exercise and all that. And it's pretty fun thing to do. I feel like in the winter you can do it in other places, like inside, you know, because you can't do it outside in the winter. No, because it's too cold in the winter, and they say, no way, Jose, it's way too cold outside to go swimming. Yeah, but in the summertime, it's good to go swimming outside, you know. And the good thing, too, is like getting exercise, getting lots of exercise, you know, with your feet, walking with your feet, and all that. It's good to exercise, you know. And yes, I love dogs. We used to have dogs, and like I go on the retriever, and this dog go like this, like they want the dog treat, you see, and my mom and my dad say, okay, hey, here you go, here's the dog bone, and they give it to Missy, the dog, and Margaret, the our dog, and so forth, and so on. And so, that was that. Missy was a good dog, a good golden retriever dog that we used to have way back when, in the early 90s and 80s and so forth. And I just love animals. I don't know about skunks, but I love animals like dogs, cats, bears, no, because bears are wild animals. But one year, I went to watch the show, the bear show, down in Lake, New Hampshire. It was pretty good and pretty interesting to watch it. And this bear went because the owner, okay, was training the bear, and this is like down, but licking New Hampshire. It was fun. I had a good time, and all that. And you know, it's hard to explain what you see way back when, because that was back in early 2000s. Okay? And I just want to say quickly, because we have 1 minute left of the show. Well, I just want to say that have a wonderful summer. Do a lot of swimming, except for when it's raining. they know. Well, do a last woman. Have a wonderful summer. And that's it for today. And I'll probably see you in September. And thank you for enjoying this wonderful show and have a wonderful summer. Thank you and bye.